Hello, my lovely cats. 'Tis I, your favorite judgmental cat, coming out of hiatus to my 10 subscribers. Hello, subscribers. I've had a couple medical problems and stuff, so that's why there hasn't been a video lately. But anyway, I would like to make a statement. I would totally download a car. Now, if you know, you know what I mean by that. That and everything. Now, but what I wanted to talk about and everything is piracy. And I truly hate piracy, but like I can't help but like support it at the same time, if that makes sense. Not because of just like the anti-capitalistic sentiments of like I like it because it's anti-capitalist and blah blah blah, like, but at the same time I hate it because it's like it it's the system not working as it's intended and everything. For example, this is a good one. How the music industry loves piracy. See, and I can't look at this article because it's from the New York Times magazine, and you have to pay and subscribe. I mean to that. But anyway, like the music piracy issue. We're gonna start with off easy. Like y'all remember LimeWire, BearShare, and all those other apps and everything. Now music piracy is like a thing of the past and everything. It doesn't exist anymore and everything because let's face it, as much as we dislike Spotify for its ads and everything, it's really convenient. And guess what? You can listen to your major artists for free. You're like your favorite artist. You can listen to them to free. You can type in Taylor Swift on Spotify and listen to Taylor Swift's music. You can go on YouTube and listen to every single Taylor Swift album for free. Free. And like that's the thing. All these artists and stuff, even like the musical artists, even realize like, hey, having these things and not having a streaming service for music hurts us. It hurts us because like it wasn't like a fact of like malice or anything like a piracy. No, it was just like, dude, there's so much music I want to listen to. Like I want to listen to the same album over and over again. And like back then, like I remember how much like I tried to buy Carly Rae Jepsen. Like a Carly Rae Jepsen day. And this was like back in like 2010 era. Like I forget when the first Carly Rae Jepsen album. The store wanted like over $25 plus tax for the Carly Rae Jepsen album. And I was like, no. I'll just keep listening to it on YouTube. That's what I did. I just kept listening. If I wanted to listen to the album, I just listened to YouTube and everything. And that's what happens with music and everything. You would listen to it on other devices, etc. You would go on YouTube and everything, but there were still before that and everything, before you could listen to albums on YouTube, you had LimeWire and BearShare. So you would steal the album because, again, going back to what I was saying, like, holy crap, like nearly $30 on for a whole album, like a CD and everything. Not even talking of vinyl. Like that's more believable for me to pay for a vinyl album and everything. Like literally, I've bought vinyl albums for like $10. Like some of them new for like because they have sales if you look and stuff. But like there might only be one song you like from that, like one or two. So you're not going to even want the full album. And maybe the whole rest of the album is just filler sounding. And it's like, this sucks. I don't want it even. Like, I just want that one song I heard on the radio and everything. So you would steal that one song and everything. Well, then, Steve Jobs came about. Like, let me pull up Steve's face. his face and everything. And like this man, love him or hate him, I find it funny that I'm covering his face. Love him or hate him and everything, he did revolutionize the music industry with iTunes. iTunes literally, in my subjective opinion, saved music with the times. Because before then, again, you were just stealing your music and everything. But if you give people an alternative, easy to access way to purchase their favorite songs, I think it was like 99 cents per song and everything, which was all good because, like, again, like, you might only care one song about them and everything, but there would still be people that would be like, okay, I don't want this is still the same problem that I had with CDs, but now it's with that and everything. So the problem, so it didn't entirely get rid of LimeWire and BearShare. It just it was like a band-aided solution and everything thing. Now, I don't know when around like Spotify came into the picture, but I would like this. Thanks, Spotify. Spotify, when was it made? Made 2006. Okay, so 2006. And launched in 2000. Oh, co-founded in 2006. Co-founded in 2008. But like Spotify, in my subjective opinion, even approved, it was a bigger jump into the piracy thing. It stopped piracy and everything. It stopped video game piracy and everything. And like that was huge and everything. To stop not video, music piracy. Why did I say freaking video? I'm goofy. It stopped music piracy and everything because of Spotify. And because then there was a whole bunch of copy acts. Now I think there's YouTube Music. I think iTunes got their own version of Spotify. Well, there was what was that? There was this radio app as well that I listened to, but like I thought it sucked. I had it on my iPod 3 and everything back in the day. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't that good and everything. And it was really frustrating where it's just like, I'll just go to YouTube if I want to hear one song. And plus, for me, I was able to download, because I bought the physical CDs of Taylor Swift, that I was still able to download all the Taylor Swift music to my iPod. And like, I mostly listened to Taylor Swift because that was it. That it was either Taylor Swift or Christian music, and I was like, nope, I ain't listening to Christian music. I freak no with that. But like, anyway, so this stopped the piracy. There's still piracy of music, but it's only for like MP3 freaks. If you're a freak who still carries around an MP3 and everything, not throwing shade, I'm just being honest. Like, you might go hiking in the wilderness and stuff, so you need to buy an MP3 device, so you might steal music then, but at the same time, it doesn't matter, because if it's your favorite artist, you have probably at least spent money on your favorite artist once. Like, if you're like even a moderate Taylor Swift fan, you have bought one Taylor Swift item that you own and like semi-treasure or really treasure, depending on like what type of fan you are and everything. Like, you will spend money on this musical artist in other ways besides buying their physical album and everything. So that they solved the the music industry with this. They solved piracy. The problem's been fixed. Not many people, like a small fraction of the percent, steal music now. But now we're in a conundrum. Now let's go to like movies, movie piracy and everything. Well, now this is a little tricky and everything, because like, here's the thing. Piracy with movies has happened because of the Netflix ification and like another of all these other apps. So we got now everyone wants to be Netflix, and now like Netflix was to solve cable. Like, that's what these businesses didn't understand. Netflix was a way to get rid of cable but then it screwed. But then all these other companies got greedy, and all these other things ruined their IPs because of this streaming services on that streaming service and this streaming services on that and that and that and that. So now we got like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, PSPN, Peacock, Crunchyroll, this one. Now, under the exception of like Crunchyroll, love them or hate them, because like even people who owns Crunchyroll, here's the worst part. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna bring up Crunchyroll again, and everything. So anyway, going to this and everything. So the inshitification happened because all these media companies were like, well, I want my show to be on there, my thing, my this and that, and like even Disney Plus, like I think I'm gonna look this up just so I'm not telling the news. Disney Plus losing money. Yeah, so the streaming unit is literally losing money. This is bleeding money for them. Like keeping the server costs, the maintenance costs, this cost, the hackers away, this, that, etc. They're losing money. Like all these streaming networks are losing money and everything. And like here's another thing. And then it's like, well, like Disney can bounce back from this, but like say you weren't Disney. This is a huge loss and everything. $115 million for one of their movies flopping. That's a movie that flops. The real reason why Disney $11 billion loses streaming, yeah, I'll tell you, it's because you lose things from these things, and then you have like right wingers now trashing on this and blaming, oh, it's because it's woke or whatever. No, it's just a okay movie. It's Snow White. Like, hello, like the movie's not special. The movie is not special. Go rewatch the original Snow White. Like you can on something, like whatever platform you watch it. Go watch the original cartoon of Snow White, and then you'll watch it and you'll be like, yeah, this was even a okay movie back then too. Like even the cartoon wasn't that good. Out of like all the Disney princesses and everything, I would say like even the original Snow White movie was weak because like here's the thing, it isn't because of what you little right wingers like the thing. It isn't because this movie didn't blow up because of Ziegler. Now Ziegler just wouldn't shut up. Don't get me wrong. She said some stupid things, but we all say some stupid things because of narcissism. Like duh. But like the Little Mermaid movie, like in 2023, this was a financial success. It made Disney money and everything. Thing like gross film like that. That's a hefty amount of money and everything. But like, why am I bringing up all these statistics and money and everything? Because that's the thing with this. Even though it's still grossing this. But, like, how much is this budget from people just buying the DVD physically? Because here's the thing with Disney movies. We want to own... If you love Disney movies, like, a prime example, I have every single Disney movie, a Disney Princess movie. If not 2 or 3 copies of every single DVD that I've found at yard sales. Like, every single DVD. And I'm going to even tell you how much of a bigger fan I am of Disney. I am slowly but surely collecting every single Disney movie on VHS as well. So the physicality with movies, like people want to physically own this. It's a one and done purchase. And that's the problem with streaming as a thing. Like, I want to keep paying. Like back then, like yeah, you may have paid like the absurdest amount, like because I remember like Pinocchio, it was like something absurd, like when it first released on VHS, it was like $1,000 or like $500, something like astronomically crazy and everything. And then even like now going back, it was insane. Like the first like at home Disney movie release. Yeah, it was goofy. Like, watch stuff about that. But going into this and everything, like, there was the Little Mermaid, and they sold the Little Mermaid, I think, for like, if I remember, it was $39.99 on VHS when it first launched. But like, people were willing to pay that because Disney didn't realize that, but like, Disney realized that people love, and I mean love, rewatching these movies over and over and over and over and over again, because that's what people don't understand. There's like these things like called comfort things where I will watch them over and over and over and over again to go to sleep to. Like the Winx Club, I'll go to sleep to. Serial Experiments Lane, I'll go to sleep to. Dot Hack Sign, I'll go to sleep to several times. Romeo and Juliet movies, I'll go to sleep to. Those are things that I can watch over and over and over again and go to sleep to. Like, because they give me comfort and put me at ease enough for my anxieties and stuff before going to sleep and everything. So, when I say all this to you about, like, things being comfort related, now, what if your comfort show, you have to subscribe and pay $15 every single month? And then here it even gets worse. Say you have like up to 5 comfort shows, because that's me. I have up to 5. Okay? Say your 5 comfort shows are spread across 5 different streaming platforms. At that point, when it's like $15 or dollars per streaming service, $15 to $10. Let's just say, yes, even at 5, that's $50 every month. $50 every month. Ain't no one got that type of money, honey. It adds up real quickly. $50 every month. You better be like, have a really good job to be paying streaming companies $50 a month. Like Wi-Fi. Your Wi-Fi and internet bill costs like $100 to $300 a month. You think you're gonna also, on top of that, just to watch your favorite show, another $50 just to watch it? No, you're gonna go buy it physically. One done. That's why we're seeing the pickup of people buying DVDs again. Cause like, I own this thing. I can, I can sell it. I can resell it. Even sell it now for Disney movies. Like, you're gonna get $5 at a yard sale if it's like if it's a Blu-ray. But all honesty, I'll tell you, like, I'd go to Goodwill's, this place, that thing, things like, you can find Disney movies at yard sales for like $1. Now the City, it's a different story. Like City, you might find the Disney DVDs at a Goodwill for like $3 to $5 but like, still, you own that thing. You own the DVD pickup becoming more popular. Is physical media, I think, the records and DVDs due for a comeback? For somebody, it already has. Yeah, it already has, because no one wants to pay for a streaming service. Nobody. That is why, like, people are stealing it. And like, say if it's a series. Okay, if it's your favorite series, you're gonna own it physically. If you're like a diehard Office fan, you own the whole Office physically. And if not, again, here's the problem. That's what happened with The Office. The Office was so popular because it was on Netflix. The second you take The Office off of Netflix, oh wow, it suddenly didn't become popular. Oh, well, who would have thought it? Like, wow, shocking. The show that everyone cared about and everything, because it was on a convenient app, and on an app that everyone owned, no matter what house you had and stuff. Yeah, it was a big deal. And now here's the other thing. They've gotten rid of password share. They're going to start making it so that I don't know the semantics and everything, and I'll have to look up more things about it. But like, now you're not even like allowed to password share with people. I have other family members. Like, I go to their houses. So you're telling me now under the exception, Amazon's pretty good with that. Like I can log on to Amazon with any computer I own, or go to my grandma's house and log it on her Fire Stick, etc. But like that's the thing. Like people are buying these things. People are wanting to own these devices and everything. Like, and that's just like it's so. And we're gonna go into games. I'm pulling up something real quickly, as quickly because like yeah, it's just the frustration of what it is, and then like I'm going to go into a side tangent here. Books, Kindle, deleted. So like the last chance to download your Kindle book, Amazon's killing the opportunity today, killing a feature that let you download and back up your Kindle books. This is disgusting. Like Amazon, you suck. So like you're just allowed to take away my say I have Kindle books. Now I have a couple Kindle books and everything. Now I don't care because like usually if it's like one of my favorite books and everything, I'll own it physically. I mostly use my Kindle to buy academic books because like holy crap, buying some of these academic books, like I read a lot of like that's why I subscribe to Audible and stuff. It's because like sometimes like I'm gonna listen to the audiobook like maybe once or twice if it's my favorite and everything it's gonna be twice, once and everything thing. But like the thing is, like even my favorite books that I have on Audible, but I own it on like Kindle Unlimited, and I do like Kindle Unlimited. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I hate about it is like that's the thing. Like Kindle did save the book market, but like now you're doing shady stuff. Just do whatever. Just release the book. Don't edit things out of the book. Because now they said, yes, we will edit things out of your book. We will censor things or change things or not allow that. And then it's like, well, like the dark romance category. I read dark romance. I know some of the girlies who might be subscribed to me also dabble into the dark romance and everything and stuff. But like, here's the thing. If that scene, like that dark, gruesome scene that was like a BDSM scene and stuff, is censored, well, you're not getting what you're paying for and everything. Like, a prime example, the top off of my head, an artist who is dead and everything. She's dead, who I'm about to bring up, and she wrote an infamous book and everything. She wrote The Story of O. Now, I have The Story O behind me. I need to really read it and everything, because it's a very dark feminist text and everything about that. Literally the author made a bet with their lover that they said their lover said that no woman could write something as dastardly as the Marquis de Sade. She proved him wrong. And it was a very infamous book. So like Story of O, it's supposed to be graphic beyond degree and everything. Like I know the ending of Story of O already just because I was spoiled it. Now there is an alternative ending that I wasn't spoiled for because there's another book and etc. But like, why am I talking about this gruesome text and everything? Because it's literally gonna bring up Nazi fascistic stuff. If they can censor things out of things, that's what fascists do. They'll censor things. They'll censor art. They'll censor media. They'll restrict media. They'll do this, that. So it's like, because of that, Amazon has restricted yours and my ability to read the proper text. So unless you're crazy like me and hoard books like crazy, are you even going to notice? Like, what happens if it's a couple words? Are you really going to even notice if it's the first time? How are you going to even notice? Unless you've read the book more than once or twice. Like, that's what's scary about it. And there are people who've caught this and everything. Things like the deletion of their books. You can't download books on Amazon. And Kindle saying we can edit your books. Amazon is killing your ability to download the Kindle books next week. Kindle distributor this, make money. I was a skeptic, but here's why. Actually, and that's a literally buttering up. But like, I can't find the exact error. But there's many articles of people talking about on TikTok about their Kindle books getting deleted, this, that, etc. And it's really frustrating because like those are your books. You thought this is what really frustrates me with the younger generation. You literally don't even own your books. You don't even own the contents in them. Like, they're temporary. Like, that is literally the scariest shit ever. Like, it is freaky to so many degrees that literally all these big businesses and stuff and all these digital book publishers can just edit your books. And you won't be able to read them. So, like, when that happens, when people are realizing, like, hey, my favorite book, if I want to own it digitally, I might as well just steal it. That's what's going to end up happening. Like, Amazon, I promise you, if you keep this up, keep deleting the ability for people to download their books, editing their books, eventually enough people are going to catch on because, like, book readers, they are very serious. Like, people don't understand that's their favorite books. People really care about artistic integrity. People care about the words they're reading, unless the artists themselves changed a section and everything. For the example of, like, there's, like, a prime example, Dr. Seuss. He eventually, even after his death, and that's why the holders Dr. Seuss even published, did not want his racist stereotypes in some of his art because it was during the time when they were literally putting Japanese people here in America into basically concentration type camps. Forget what type of camps they are and stuff because it's off the top of my head. And they were literally throwing them in camps because they didn't know if they were spies. After Pearl Harbor, I know it was horrible to do, but like literally the country was in a panic, and it started xenophobia and racism to unparalleled a large degree because like, yo, they just blew up. The Japanese men literally dove headfirst into Pearl Harbor with their planes. And like, you can understand like it wasn't right, but like. They did it because they were scared and everything. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that because of like history and stuff. How many neo-Nazis do revisionism? Prime example, off the top of my head, I don't want to see her face because she disgusts me, but I'll bring her up. J.K. Rowling, like, she's literally does Holocaust revisionism, like, just because she's so transphobic. She literally does Holocaust revisionism. And, like, she's not the only one. We even got little Asmongold doing the same thing on his stream and everything. But, like, in defense of Asmongold, he's a grifter. I don't think Asmongold is actually, like, that type of person. Now, do I think J.K. Rowling is? Absolutely. Absolutely, I think J.K. Rowling is a fascist. I think just... Asmongold's a grifter. That's the difference and everything. They're still horrible people for doing that and everything by pushing fascistic talking points, but like one is worse than the other. One has freaking so much more money, and Asmongold does not. He has a dead rat. He alarm clock. Like, he's not as big as the threat as J.K. Rowling, but. I'm sorry I brought that up, but I felt like I needed to because, like, that's another reason for piracy. Like, access to history and information like that is the reason why people turn to piracy. Because, like, it's not just that. It's the consumption of art, the consumption of history, the consumption of this and everything. Like, it's not just a privilege for that. Like, everyone should have access to history. Like, all honesty, I don't even think history books should be sold at a profit. I literally think, personal opinion, like, this is what I'm saying, like, I literally think there should be government programs for this stuff, and I think it should be given away for free. I know that's shocking and everything, but like, yeah, I literally think history books. I literally think science books. I literally think physics books. Like nothing like, not something like that, but like the access of information and the limit of access of information, it is literally dystopian to me. Because like it goes back to like the people in olden times, like literally think about this and everything. Knowledge and your access of getting knowledge and everything thing is a weapon. The amount of knowledge and information that you can get your holds on is important and everything. Like if you cannot get on history, like know all this history, then you're gonna say a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like prime example, how many flat earthers are there? Now you think like how can this spread? How can stupidity spread like this? And it's because literally it's a lack of information. You have all these books sold for a profit, and that's why. And like fictitious books are in the same boat. They're works of art. They discuss the time periods. To me, like artistic books like that should be that. And like luckily, most fiction books go into public domain. But there's even studios like Disney who mess up the public domain thing to the point where it's really confusing now, and you have to like know a lot of history and knowledge and legal jargon to understand like what is not in is it isn't infringement and everything. So that's really confusing and stuff. But like that's what I'm saying. Like eventually it will all go into public domain. I get like some artists wanting to make a product and everything thing. However, what I'm saying is that I think there's going to be a tipping point with this. Like books are getting more expensive. Like now books are like $20, some books. I'm like, for paperback. Like Harlequin romances. Now they're like $8 and everything. Now I get they made it bigger, but like they're making everything more and more expensive because they want more and more profits. But like we're ending at a tipping point, and I think that's why like piracy is becoming more and more popular. Is because like people don't have much of a choice in this matter. It's like I cannot own them to the point, and even if I buy them digitally and actually want to support the artists, it can be deleted on my thing. Okay, like now going to the next thing is games. Steam solved a lot of the game things because like I think what it is, Gabe Newell, let's pull up the quote. Gabe Newell service problem. And like this man said the best quote about video games and everything, which is the easiest way to stop piracy is not by putting anti-piracy technology to work. It's by giving those people a service that's better than what they're receiving from the pirates. It literally is. You need to give a better service than the pirates. Prime example. I just found out this because I researched. Like, did you know that like one of the rare games, Silent Hill 4 PC release, you can buy it, the PC game, on GOG for $10. I didn't know that. Did you? Because again, that's a service problem. How many people that I know that some people, because Silent Hill is big, how many people is this their favorite game and everything, and stole it because they didn't know they could buy it digitally? They didn't know it. Like I didn't even know about GOG.com until I did some investigating about Silent Hill and everything. Until I looked up a whole bunch of information about the Silent Hill information and everything, and was like, well, how are all these other people playing on PC? And I found out by accident and everything. But then it's like, okay, Konami, I would pay $10 for every Silent Hill game digitally. There's millions and millions of people that would give you money happily. Now, I know what you're truly going to do, though, is no one's going to buy this. Because the one girl on TikTok even it made sense and everything. And this is the problem. Video games are the prime problem of this. Instead of releasing the game how it was back then, and how, like, people remember it, like, at the same time I give it to that, but, like, prime example, Silent Hill 2, like, prime example, and everything, Silent Hill 2, like, don't get me wrong, I think I just got done beating this game and everything. I just beat this game recently. The remake is fantastic. Like, even, like, original fans think the remake is fantastic. But, like, they even said, like, some of them even said, like, people who've even reviewed this and said it's still a fantastic game, they still want to go replay the second game on the original hardware, PS2, too. And it's like, Konami. People like both of them. People want to experience both games. And I get it with, like, some of the problems is due to voice acting reasons why they can't release the game, but, like, it's stupid. It's so stupid. Like, bureaucracy of all these branches are making video game in, like it's bringing more piracy than ever. And, like, a prime example of this is, I'm gonna say it, I think there's gonna be a ton of piracy on this thing, which is the Switch 2. People have gotten a hold of the Switch 2, and they can't even use the system. They can't even log it in. So that means they'll wire one of two things. One, I accept to a degree. The second, I do not, which is the following. Okay? So saying people are rumored, this is rumored because people are speculating and stuff, that the Switch 2 might always have to be online. Always be online in order for you to access it and play your games. This is a handheld console. If that's a thing, where if that's true, I hope this sucker bombs. Because that's just literally corporate greed to the max. And then here's another thing. Even if they have the parental of what the thing is where you can't even use it now, which I get to a degree, where it's like, but, like, what if Nintendo just decides to side of town and you can't use the Switch 2? Now you're locked out of it. Like, say it's 10-15 years after the Switch 2 releases and everything, and then they're like, Nintendo's like, yeah, we're dropping the Switch 2 on capabilities. You won't be able to use the games that you purchased with your money. And it doesn't even matter because, like, half of the games are just digital key cards and everything. They're just digital key cards and stuff. They're not an actual game. They're just a key card. So it's like, oh my gosh. Like, no one's going to buy this. If that happens, like, people who preserve games, like, here, let's look up games. Games, like Nintendo Store, Shop, Games. I can't even see them because the Nintendo Store sucks. Switch 2 altogether, like, I can't even see prices for games. This is why I hate Nintendo. I hate Nintendo. Nintendo for some of their shady practices and stuff. I can't even go on here. Yeah, Mario Kart, they don't even have a price listed. That's disgusting. They don't even have a price listed. Game prices. Let's see if I can see on on literally that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so prime example. They want $70 for a Wii U game. $70 effing for a Wii U game. That's demented. And I know why they're doing it, because it's the same with Last of Us. Do you know why The Last of Us releases every single console now? Because there's always a new generation of kids who never experienced it. And that's what they're doing. Instead of you holding on to this game forever, they want you to just keep buying the same game over and over and over again every 5 years. I'll tell you right now, people who love Zelda, they're going to steal it because of that. They will steal the game. They'll buy it physically, but they'll outspite so they know they own it forever. They'll steal it digitally. Mark my words. I don't condone it, but at the same time, like, at some point you're going to condone it, because it's like all these companies with all these digital goods are being so freaking shady about it. So shady. And then it's like, going back to the Silent Hill debacle and everything. People are wanting to be shady with Silent Hill. Like, the amount of hype for Silent Hill now is at like an all-time high. Like, the Silent Hill IP, I'm gonna say it right now, it's more popular than ever it was before, because of the second game remake. A whole bunch of younger kids got to play it and see what all their, like, older uncles and brothers and sisters were hyped up about the original one. They got to experience it. They got to experience that IP. Now it's blown up. Well, now everyone wants to go play the original Silent Hills. Now, I will say this, just because I own this disc too, and everything. PS3, Silent Hill. Oh, whoops. That's funny. I'm silly. Oh my gosh. Silent Hill PS3. I'm funny. But, like, now people will hate on these things. But I'm not going to hate on them, because I can buy the game, touch it in my hands physically. I don't care if this is a bad port. Say this is a horrible port. Horrible, worst port ever. Technically, the Xbox One is the more horrible port. I will say that. But, like, if you only have an Xbox and you want to go experience these games, you can. With an inferior quality. Now, purists are going to say this is the worst way for you to play it, but not me, because it's way more easy, and you might not go to jail. Because, like, that's what I say. Like, you can go to jail and face criminal offenses for piracy. That's what I know everyone's like, oh, I'm so into it and everything. But, like, dude, there's serious crimes and everything. Like, when are we going to talk about that as people? And, this is the thing. Like, these games, if you want it on PS2, like, let's say you want it on PS2. Silent Hill. Silent Hill 3. Okay? The cheapest thing is still going to be these suckers. And then, well, this is actually a pretty cheap one. I'm actually impressed with this one. Disc only. Hey, well, you get the disc and everything. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you own it physically? Like, let's see a complete edition that isn't Chinese, that isn't an import, that is not an import. I can't even find one that isn't an import of the game. There's Silent Hill 1, no game, only the manual. Oh my gosh, we live in a dystopian PS2. Let's type in that PS2 to That's insane. This is insane. Konami. People, these are imported copies. These aren't even in English. These versions are Japanese. People are willing. Now, you know why the people are willing? Now, let's see. Let's go by sold. Here, wait. Deals, free returns, returned, authorized. Sold items. Now, there is some bids and whatnot. But, like, look. People bought these. People bought this shit. People were willing. No game. Now that's probably something. No. Oh no. Some shady fucker. That's what it was. Somebody sold the game and the booklet and everything separately. Like utter scum. This is why I would rather support piracy than support giving any of these fuckers 10 cents, because these inflated prices are insane. They're insane. These are Japanese copies. I have a friend who's in Japan right now. I'm ready to, now on a vacation. I'm ready to text her and ask her, hey, just humor me. See how much you can find a copy of a PS2 game of Silent Hill. Because I promise you, it ain't gonna be this much. And I get what you're saying. Probably like, oh, import fees and blah, blah, blah. No, this is the common prices. These are sold items. These were sold before the whole Trump tariff debacle and everything. Look. Full thing, $100. Konami, people are willing to pay $100 to play your games. You could literally list every single original Silent Hill game for $50 right now. I promise you that on Steam, and I promise you the die-hard fans would pay you $50 for every single one of the original ones. Every single one of them. Now at the same time, I know why there is a problem. They would have to even redo some of this code because Konami lost the code for a lot of these games. But at the same time, if you actually did some quality control, and not like your first HD collection of Silent Hill, because like there's some texture problems, loading problems, etc., audio issues, blah 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 blah. If you actually put the time, money, and resources in, you can make a shit ton of money. That's why I don't understand. That's what it is. Like, I would buy it. I would pay money to play the original Silent Hills on my PC. Like, I know I could emulate them and stuff, but like, I don't want to. I do not want to. I'm disgusted by doing that and everything. I don't like breaking the law, not because I'm like a shill or anything. No, it's because like people worked hard on this. The company worked hard on it. The devs worked hard on this game. Like, it's art. Art that is good should be giving money to. We should all, as a collective, reward people who don't make AI slop. Like literally like the fascists do. Like how they're doing with AI. Like, because the fascists love AI art. Because they don't have to, they can make racist, homophobic, and anti-Semite bullshit at the ease of a couple clicks and everything with their AI and everything, and make AI slop. There's even one dude that some YouTuber played that was AI slop, and it was made by a literal Nazi. That's what I'm saying. Like, we shouldn't reward bad behavior on bad art. And we should be rewarding people for all good art. And like, I would even go above and beyond, but like, where people are willing to pay this, like, put into your mind, like, people have bought these copies of Silent Hill 3. I know a lot of girls have bought in Silent Hill 3 because like literally it is their favorite game of all time. There's never been a female protagonist in a horror game beloved as much as there is Cheryl and everything in this game. I forget her other name because she has the one name. I off the top of my head, I'm kind of upset right now, so I'm having a brain fart right now. Now and everything. And it's just like people paid for these. Now I say like maybe let's say 50%, 50 to 60% of these are just eBay sellers rebuying their own product and everything and shipping it to themselves to do that little eBay hack thing so people will buy the games more often. But at the same time, a part of me thinks, no, I don't think that. CD soundtrack, only the CD. I'm fucking losing my shit. Somebody pays $60 to own just the music of this. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand it. It's not like books. Books, like prime example. It's not like books, videos, and movies and stuff. Like, I could probably track down easily. Like prime example. Here, let's just off the top of my head, Cinderella, DVD. Okay, Disney. And no, I would have to be Pacific. I can find these DVDs. I can find all, even if it's disc only, I can own this. It's mine. Forever. I don't get it. And I hate it with video games. Because, like, that's what really angers me. Is, like, these companies do not care about artistic preservation. They just care about profit. And, like, I don't like it fully, but I understand it. I understand why people are stealing video games. I completely understand why a consumer wants to steal it. Because maybe they sold it because, like, times were hard and they had to sell their favorite game. But they shouldn't have to go ahead and pay. And then, like, even that, like just say, eventually discs degrade. And, like, that game's not going to last forever. That's just the truth and everything. Discs degrade. This degrades. Technology degrades and stuff. And it's really frustrating that what if their one copy broke? What if their dog or pet ruined their disc? What if their little brother or sister ruined their disc? I just feel like it's really frustrating that video games are in this situation where I think the biggest offender of all these piracy things, and I know it's hurting them, I hurting them. So, like, yeah. Now talking over it, I will say it again. I would totally download a car because you have made it impossible for me to get a product and everything. I cannot give you money in a conventional way, nor can I give you money in an unconventional way. So this is literally a problem with capitalism. Capitalism has failed as a system in that regard. If you can't get access to something, and and then like video game companies have even made it worse, where like you can't even I can't even go to a library and rent the game and everything because they're shady as fuck. And they said that you have to own original hardware and this and that, and own the game physically. You can't do this and that, but it's shady. These video game companies hate it. They don't want you having the things. Why do you think they wanted to kill Blockbuster? They wanted to kill Blockbusters because you renting a game and beating it in a week hurt them. I even think about it. Like, I even held Silent Hill 4 in my fucking hands one time. I remember this memory now. I was at Blockbusters and I physically held it in my hand. I didn't ask my mom to it, but I looked at it and stuff because I thought it was cool and everything, but it was an M-rated game, so it was like I had traumatizing experience because I rented Manhunt once. And I was like, oh my goodness. So like it wasn't even my mom's like, oh, I can't have M-rated games or anything. She bought me like Jak and Daxter and stuff like that. Well, Jak and Daxter, the second one was T for teen, but the third one wasn't. But like even then, like I more so didn't buy M Graves because he just freaking scared me. I was a wimp. I was a scaredy cat and stuff. But like, it does frustrate me that we're in a time period where video games companies are hurting the fans, the industry, etc. I do not. There's going to be a tipping point. I promise you. The die-hard Nintendo fans are going to support the Switch, but the casual people are not going to support the Switch. They're not going to pay $180 games, especially when there's like, okay, well, the Switch 2 is going to be on discount. Say the Switch 2 like is $200 for like the one that doesn't have that. Say it goes down to 150. There's so many games, and even people say like there's a ton of backlog games. Like even on the past gen console, where that console even has games. Like I know some people might buy their kids the Switch 2, but like I doubt it. I truly doubt it. That's going to be a thing. I don't think it's going to fly. So yeah, I'm glad you came for my ramble of why I would totally download a car, even if I don't want to. Because I'm forced to. Because there's no easily successful way to play classic video games. And there's a whole bunch of other people who are doing the same. Not because they want to download a car, because you literally gave them no other choice. So yeah, I'll repeat myself again one more time for effect. I would totally download a car. Anyway, y'all have a nice night, day, evening, whatever time you watch this video. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Bye bye.